speakers beeping, and then just like, and I want to go into the maelstrom.
All right, I'm gonna follow him as well.
Like you jump into his mind. Oh my god.
So
I think we're both just opening our minds. To
yeah,
psychic
so
maelstrom.
I think we need to see some rolls here. How are you entering the maelstrom, Virgil? You're just literally
Yeah, they kiss
opening
each
your
other
brain.
and then they slide into each other's brains.
You're opening your brain to look for something new and interesting about the situation.
No, well, I want to. Well, I want to contact Hades and.
Yo, what's up, girl?
I don't know if you know how to do that in any
So-
way other than going to the Matrix. Not the Matrix, the
The maelstrom.
Maelstrom. We were talking about
ready.
Morpheus. I was
The
trying.
ready room.
Listen,
The ready room.
I
Come
was
on, Arthur.
trying to find a picture of these tiny little spectacles, but I couldn't, and I started looking for Morpheus glasses, and now I've got Matrix on my mind.
Yeah,
So-
it's the ready room, Arthur. Come on.
No, Henrik.
Uh,
What are you specifically looking to find out when you open your brain to the Matrix?
Maelstrom.
I am specifically
Maelstrom.
trying
Shit.
to find out. Yeah, fix your brain. I'm
You fix
specifically
your brain.
trying to find out if there is a connection between the psychic maelstrom and the either guidance system or like triggering mechanism for the missile that's heading towards us, and
Okay.
whether or not we can free Hades in return for triggering the missile or diverting its path.
All right, Sherman. How are you entering the psychic maelstrom? I don't. You're not in your workshop, so you can't use things speak. I believe.
No, I can't. But I mean, you don't have to open your brain. You don't have to be in a workshop.
Okay, so you're also opening your brain.
Since our
Yeah.
brains are open, is he like reading my intent and stuff, or is it just like?
Do you want that? Do you? So
Yeah, I like
again,
because I
to
can release
establish
information to the maelstrom, right?
Yeah. So to establish precedent, like if that's something you want to have happen, that anyone in the area, when you're nearby, they can read like your intent.
If they're in the maelstrom, I'd say
Sure.
that it would make sense.
Okay. Well then,
Like, you have
Sherman,
less
what is your
control.
intent going in, so that Henrik will know?
Well, my intent is I'd like more information from Hades,
Okay.
and I have a feeling that our current circumstances are directly or indirectly related to his entrapment.
What
and
a
I-
fucking surprise!
Maybe. We'll see.
think the answer might
honestly,
surprise
I
you.
don't know. I don't know what he wants. Like you keep like every single time I asked him previously, like a question, he'd say, "That's not how this works. You have to
All right.
do something."
All right. I've been trying to go around the game mechanics, but if you want to ask him questions, you have to do it in such a way that when you're in there, it has to be something from read a situation or read a person or things speak. You can't just talk to him. He is the maelstrom. So,
But-
I mean,
well-
you don't talk to the maelstrom like, "Hey, what's up, bro?
Oh, but I
How's it
can't
going?"
use
You
things
have to
speak unless I
use
take
your
it.
abilities.
Okay.
Right.
So
Yes.
so is yeah.
I was
that
trying
makes-
to say that without literally saying it, but
I
I
was
could see you
confused
guys
as
didn't
fuck.
understand it, which is
I was
fine.
confused as fuck.
Now,
Okay.
now,
Arthur, you could say it was a little weird to them.
oh shit! I
Alright,
wish
I
you
got,
had
like,
put your
5
glasses on while you were doing that, man. You could have literally, you burned that opportunity. You could have been like, Arthur, you could have said it was a little weird to them.
Yo, shut the fuck up about that accent, would you please?
Okay, so then I'd have another intent, which would be to like to read a person, because there is a thing on that move I'd like to do.
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, you're opening your brain for
Yeah.
a reason.
Yeah.
So you're opening your brain to learn something interesting about the situation of Hades. All right. So you both simultaneously attempt to open your brains. Let's see your rolls.
All right.
There's a possibility Henrik's gonna. Oh, what the fuck happened? All of my
Both of us.
overlays aren't working.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Yeah, they all pooped out.
At least we didn't.
Boom,
Made the
Lloyd.
rolls.
I don't know. Okay, you both got a 10
I
and
keep
13.
misclicking on things.
Yeah, it's not that I'm misclicking on things, it's that the things that I am clicking on aren't working. Alright, I'm gonna have to solve this while
Magic.
we're doing stuff. Sorry, folks at home, I have no idea what happened. Apparently all my overlays reset.
Chat has a good point. Can we also use the maelstrom to contact the 80s?
No, you can't contact the 80s.
Maybe get some new, like, make a new mixtape for the Bilby.
Oh, that would be sweet. Yeah, do that.
No, we got
I was
lots
thinking,
of them now.
you know what I was hoping you'd have in the Bilby is Tina Turner. We don't need another hero from the Beyond Thundertrack soundtrack, Beyond Thunderdome soundtrack. You got that in the Bilbs?
Yeah, man.
We don't
absolutely.
need another hero. Because that's what we should play in the Bilbs when we ride off into the sunset.
All right.
We need a hero.
All right. Awesome. I have you guys to drop that for me.
We're never gonna get, never gonna. We need a hero. And then it like cuts every time it explodes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Don't be hating. Arthur Perkins.
I'm hating right now. All right. I think I've almost got it working back on Twitch again. And
Don't drink from the haterade.
I always drink from the haterade. Oh no, it's not working. Oh god, it's horrible. All right. We're going to move ahead, and I'm going to fix these overlays dynamically later when we figure out what the hell you guys are doing. So, what we have now is Henrik. When you open your brain, you learn something new and interesting about your current situation, and I will ask you a question or two about it. So, about your current situation, you learn that... What was the exact question you had going in that you wanted to
I
learn
wanted
about?
to know if there was, if I could make an exchange to get free Hades and stop the missile.
Okay,
Like,
you already have made a deal with Hades.
Yeah.
So you go into the Maelstrom searching for a way to, like, resolve all of your horrible problems, and you see footage from, like, multiple angles. Once again, this has happened to you before, right? I mean,
Right.
you've seen visions of things that either are happening or have happened from multiple angles. Like, your brain is encompassing all of the nanomachines, like, present at that situation.
Right, and it's like a really badly edited
So
YouTube
this
video.
one, yeah, this one is actually two screens. On the left, you see Gaza picking up a radio and being like, "This is fucking Gaza. I'm the captain of this plane," right? He says something like that. On the other side screen, you see a guy wearing, like, this Anzac military uniform with, like, a satellite phone who's like, "Who the fuck is this?" And Gaza just keeps going on about it controls the plane, and the guy's like snapping his fingers at somebody off screen and, like, writes something on a piece of paper that's like, "Destroy the airship immediately."
Okay.
What a waste of good munitions, by the way.
Which is to say that he had absolutely nothing to do with the missile and probably can't stop it.
I don't
that
know
what-
if he can't stop it, but I think that if it has like a missile guidance system of some type that's mechanical, perhaps there is nanotechnology in it.
So,
Because I know that you have like weird connections between the Maelstrom and like objects, but
Yeah.
I don't really have that same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like go to Hades to see if he has that.
Yeah, you gotta have that come to
And
Hades moment.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that, like, I'm thinking that I just wanted Sherman to free Hades, so I'd be like, I did it. No.
So
not
you've
come
already
through for me.
gotten the benefit of your deal with him, right? You got to ask your questions.
No, he didn't, because he's not free.
Okay. So I blink into existence.
Whoa,
at this-
whoa, 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 whoa!
sorry.
I get to ask questions still. I get to ask one or two questions. When you look into the Matrix, or God damn it,
You're failing on that. That's
too much
that's
Shadowrun Hong Kong and too much Morpheus references do not make a happy Arthur right here. All right, when you look into the Maelstrom looks back into you. Yeah, I think what the Maelstrom is really, really wanting to know right now, the Maelstrom, like, pulls from your brain the knowledge of what it would take for you to betray Gaza. Like, it's very interested in knowing, like, what is it going to take to separate you from this insane lunatic who may cause your own death?
I'm the insane one? Please.
You did call in a missile strike
On yourself.
on yourself.
Well, how was I supposed to know that this is the only working radio that actually connects to a satellite in this entire fucking country?
Let's see. What would it take? If Gaza hurt Sherman.
Excellent. All right. Like you get like a smiley face emoticon as you enter the cafe where your friend Hades in the blue suit is sitting in his chair, still sipping at his mocha frappuccino latte.
Yeah.
Sherman, what were you entering the Matrix to learn about? God damn it!
Just give in to the Matrix, man.
Just write it on a post-it note and put it on your monitor.
It's actually literally right in front of me. It's like the Psychic Maelstrom on my GM page, and I just, oh man.
I'm curious as to what Hades is actually trying to do right now. Why he wants to be free, what his intents are.
Okay, so you get a vision of what we would define as like a system hierarchy architecture.
Okay.
So like you see something called Artemis in like a black box in the middle of nowhere, and then you see like Hades attacking it and dividing it into small pieces. So it's like literally a black box being attacked by like a white box. And then the white box divides the black box into a bunch of pieces, puts itself in the middle, and, like, infects all of the pieces. And then, like, from computer terminology, right, 50 years is a really long time when you're talking billions and billions of operations every second. So an incredible amount of time passes. And you're the whole time like, na, na, na. And for you, this is all happening in an instant, but in your brain, it's you literally sit there the whole time. And then you see yourself you like walk into frame and like literally put one of those cardboard Metal Gear Solid boxes over the one called resource optimization.
Okay.
So you have now that you have captured the resource optimization program of Hades.
Okay, and Hades, so there's Hades and there's Artemis.
Artemis is the original system that controlled the satellites and nanomachines.
And Hades has been dividing it up into tiny little pieces, and I have captured a piece of Hades resource allocation management software.
Yep.
So this could do some damage. Specifically, any length of time, system will overload. Right? Because, I mean, if you can't manage a resource, you basically destroyed the garbage collector, and now you got shit everywhere.
Well,
the longer it runs, the more memory it's going to consume. That's what I'm hearing.
So, you're thinking resource allocation in like a computer sense. This is resource allocation in a literal physical sense.
In a HR sense.
No, like in a literal material science sense.
Like how much
iron
iron
is
is
HR.
here?
Like what?
Make it to steel.
It will become more clear later, but yeah, I think I'll clear it up a little bit now. So, I feel like this is interesting, so I'm just going to throw it on the end of yours.
Do you want me to make a roll to learn this?
No. Okay. It's part of your role.
Do you want me to get some XP? Yeah.
What happens is
you
you take the box and you walk off screen, and you see like all of the white squares that have taken over the Artemis program are now like processing something, and they keep coming up with terrible ideas with how to get resource optimization back. And finally they come up with the solution of creating a superstorm and throwing it at you to kill you.
Oh. Well, that's a problem.
So you know that as long as they don't have what's in the box,
Think you can hear this.
Hades cannot instantly kill you by causing your lungs to boil.
Right.
Yay.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't tell Gaza that or it'll hurt you.
Now
And
let me
then
ask you a
Virgil
few
will
questions,
tell me.
Shermans. What would it take to get you to get away from Gaza? Like, what's it going to take to separate you from Gaza?
What? Why? What's all this shit about separating from Gaza,
The
man?
Maelstrom has a reason. What's them away from Gaza?
Because I'm fucking awesome?
Probably.
Yeah, all right.
I don't. I
I
think.
get to take an advancement.
Yeah, so do I actually.
Wow,
I think,
listen to these guys. Immediately distracted by RPG mechanics.
so here's the thing. Like Gaz has been a complete shithead to Sherman.
Yeah.
Like
I haven't. What?
Oh yeah, you have. Like
When? Name some
game,
shithead moments. Name some
like
shithead
when you
moments.
almost ran me over with the Bilby because I happened to be trying to talk my way out of a situation rather than killing everyone.
Wow, that's a really concise summary of at least one
That's
situation.
one thing. That's one thing, mate.
You said name one thing.
Yeah.
That's
and
one thing.
He's like, now name another, and you're like, well, there was that other time.
Name another one. Go on, name another one.
Like when you left me bleeding to death in the back of the Bilby because you were too worried about getting laid with Lisbeth.
Oh fuck, man, he's dropping them on you.
Like, there's been a consistent neglect for Sherman's well-being. I honestly don't think it'd take a tremendous amount. Opportunity, I think.
Oh, interesting. All right, the matriarch. God.
Well,
I just
mate,
get-
there's the fucking door. Don't let it hit you on the way out, huh?
Oh man, I'm writing it in giant orange letters on my screen. Just Maelstrom. All right. So get a Sherman.
Yeah, but what about all the times that Gaz has saved your fucking fat ass, huh?
When was that?
Is that every time? Every single fucking time?
Moving ahead, Sherman, you've arrived in the cafe right next to Henrik and your nice little captive resource optimization program.
Yep. So I feel like I understand you a little bit better, Hades.
So yeah, Hades is like ignoring you and turns to Henrik when sipping at his drink, and he's like, "Henrik, I'm not free. I can't answer your questions until our bargain is complete, Henrik. You have
He
to
brought
convince
you.
Sherman
He
to
brought
let
you
me
to
go."
me. I am here to honor his deal.
Do it.
But
You
I have a
must
few
do it.
stipulations of my own.
Ah!
You know, while I wasn't created by the United North American Space Defense Command, I did pick up a few of their codes along the way. And one of their prime directives is do not negotiate with hostage takers.
No hostages here, mate.
But if you are the hostage, aren't you allowed to negotiate on your own behalf?
So he looks at you and raises an eyebrow and is just like, an interesting question. However, I won't negotiate with you. I'd rather negotiate with someone level-headed and stable, like Henrik.
Sherman just kind of giggles a little bit. Just huge.
I'm like, look, I'm feeling
He's standing
very
right there.
level-headed right now, so listen to me carefully.
As you say that, boom, blank screen. We go back to Gaza and Liz. Gaza, you've reached the cockpit. You realize you probably have no idea how to fly this aircraft, but you can almost certainly get it in the air. Landing it might be more of a problem. Doing
You
turns.
said a driver could.
Yeah, you
I see.
can drive it while it's on the ground, but like any fancy flying, like barrel rolls or anything, or like difficult landing on anything more than a straight line, that's going to be a little bit harder.
Well, how fast do you reckon this thing could go on the land?
Pretty fast.
All right then.
Several hundred miles an hour, I would guess.
We don't need to take off. We can just drive it like a
Okay,
car.
are you?
What if we need to do like some German bombing runs?
All right, so do we have like
Also,
Gaza?
Arthur, how much damage do I take from all the daggers in my back right now? What's that, like 6 o'clock? Like, what am I doing here?
Oh, that reminds me. Anybody that has 6 o'clock or less harm for either a vehicle or a player can currently move one tick backwards counterclockwise,
Fantastic.
as time has healed all wounds.
Oh, that's right. These cunts wouldn't even
Except the
touch
memory
me.
of those wounds.
So yeah, I think we have Gaza like running up into the cockpit and just like pushing everything forward, and the flaps start extending, and like the engines are like, and you start moving forward. But you also notice that like on a future sci-fi panel that's like mounted, there's a warning saying that you've been locked onto by a J-92 targeting computer system, and that there's a inbound like surface-to-air missile targeting you.
All right. Read a situation, Arthur.
Sure.
Looking for weapons.
Looking for weapons.
Hey,
Yeah.
by the way, while I'm looking for loot,
Oh my god, I literally just fixed the overlay and it's like dumped it again. What the fuck? I don't understand.
Man, pretty rough. And wait, so is that? Can I? So hang on a minute. Would going hard be just finding weapons and shooting them, or do I have to find them first? Like, what's the deal there?
Seize, yeah, if you want to seize by force the aircraft to like fully understand how it works, that would seem pretty logical.
All right, I'll do that.
Why does this... It keeps resetting it to...
Now, Arthur, would you say that I own this vehicle?
Yes. You have
What is
taken
the power?
control of the vehicle. I don't have the stats ready right now.
All right, let's say it's 3.
It's not going to be 3. It's going to
All right,
be one of the...
I rolled a 10 anyways.
Okay.
Nice roll.
Thanks, bro.
That's natural 10.
Yeah, it's natural 10. +1.
I don't know what's going on with these overlays today. You know, I keep using the windowed scene, Dave, and like it keeps resetting the window. To
We just do the whole monitor, man. Make it full screen.
Oh yeah, that could work.
You know it.
Actually, it won't work.
I would say this is New South. This would be Northern Territory if I had to pick a state right now where we are.
You're not in Northern Territory.
Where are we?
I will now reveal where you are. You're currently southwest of Desert Springs Golf Course, which is in Alice Springs.
So Northern Territory then.
It's
No, it is in the Northern Territory.
it's in the
Alice Springs is in Northern Territory, dude.
You're to the southwest of there. You started off at Lake Wells
Okay.
in the western part of the country.
Okay.
What do you?
How can something in the interior of the country be Northern Territory?
Well, it's just about the middle of the country.
That's the state name, man. Northern
Alright.
Territory is the whole middle northern part of Australia.
All right. Hey, look at that. The overlay started working for no apparent reason. That's nice. All right.
hey, how am I doing on finding something to deal with that missile?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens when I take control of this plane successfully.
You have seized by force the plane. The plane has a number of like flares and countermeasures to deal with incoming like missiles and stuff.
Yeah.
It also has a just gigantic, we're just going to call it the explosion cannon out of the like left-hand side of the aircraft. It just
Manually or automatic operated?
You like pull a
it
string.
has to be manually operated by someone in the command center, which is
I
not
get
in
it.
the cockpit.
I get on the speaker system, the internal speaker system, because I control it perfectly.
Of course.
That's my role. And I'm like, hey, Liz Darling, you want to get into the command center and use this big old bitch of a gun to shoot this fucking missile out of the sky? That'd be lovely.
I
Thanks.
don't understand.
Hi.
I'm sure the people at home can see that now the overlay is black again. What the? What?
What do you? What?
I don't understand what's happening. How do you send
Ops
me a private
exploit?
message? You just did.
Yeah, but it's on Twitch overlay.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I'm just going to leave it on the dice overlay so I never have to move it again. There we go. Sorry,
That's
guys.
okay.
I don't know what's happening, but my mind is exploding.
I'm
I'd
going
rather
to
have
run
some
squealing
sympathize.
into the cockpit.
Okay, so the gun is not in the cockpit. The gun is in the center of the aircraft where the command center is for like coordinating air. So this
I'm
is
going
like
to run
a
squealing into the area where I can fire the giant.
Yeah, I'm like
explosion
holding
cannon.
holding the thing, and then I sort of like lean back from like the high pitched squealing that I get in.
Yeah, is it like
response.
excited girl squealing? Like you're like, or like
Pretty
what's
much.
the squeal? Yeah.
Okay, you know what the center of the aircraft is like? It's like at the Battle of Yavin in Star Wars 4,
Oh,
where they're like they're like around these giant displays that show like the incoming Death Star and all that. You're in that room, and it also has the gunnery controls for the gigantic gun that they use for air to ground support.
Alright. And how can I start moving this hunk of shit?
You can do it anytime. You have control
Alright.
of the aircraft.
I will start driving away from this electric
Alright.
storm.
You're driving in a straight line down this incredibly straight road. Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're easily going to be able to outrun the storm. You should be more worried about the giant missile coming in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I got lasers on that, like a flying shit.
All right. Liz, what are you doing?
Shooting the fucking explosion cannon and
The explosion cannon at the explosion in the sky.
it sounds like fun.
It does, yeah. I assume you'd have to roll hard on this, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So this missile's coming in from like directly ahead of you. In order to shoot the giant explosion cannon at it, you're gonna have to take the plane off and turn right.
Yeah, she would tell me this over the
Yeah.
thing, and I'd be like, right, doing it.
Okay, so we got guys like, and the aircraft is like lifting off.
No. It's more like I'm doing it with one hand, smoking a cigarette, Arthur, because I'm so good at this. And it's like,
As you start doing that, you see that there's a battery life indicator, and it's like, warning, battery's critically low.
What time is it?
It's still the middle of the night.
because it's solar powered, remember?
Yep. Yeah, so you're like trying to take off, and you just don't have enough power to get up there.
No, I'm not taking off. I'm driving along the road.
Okay.
You're still
yeah.
expending a lot of energy to move the plane.
If you want
Why
to
would you rather die?
I'm just saying.
Here's the thing. If you want to turn the plane while it's on the road, you're going to go off-road with an aircraft.
Yeah, he's a driver.
You can... I feel like there would be a role for that, right? So the incoming
something
missile...
under fire, right?
To be clear to chat, the incoming missile is not a nuke. It's just a gigantic missile that would gut the aircraft. Yeah, I think, yeah, that would be doing something under fire. Gaza,
Me?
you feel like doing it under fire?
Sure, fuck it. Why not? What is the car stats that I'm adding to this?
Just give it 2 power for now.
8, 9.
Okay, so... I don't know why the overlay started working all of a sudden, but it's nice not to rage at it. Blah, blah, blah. Do something under fire when you dig in to endure fire. You flinch, hesitate, or stall. I think the aircraft is literally stalling at this point. Like, you're trying to take off, you're trying to turn, and the aircraft's, like, fighting you every step of the way.
It's like stalling. He has to fire it back.
I
up.
got it.
He has to Marty McFly it a couple of times.
You are having a lot of trouble, and like the onboard tactical computer is giving you suggestions on how to make things easier. If you want to turn this aircraft so that you can shoot your giant gun at the incoming missile, you're going to have to dump your cargo out of the back end of the plane.
Why would I need to do that?
because it's too much weight.
Too much weight. You know
What
what's
if I
back
just,
there?
What about if I just dump Fatty and Mindbendy? Would that be enough?
Well, for one thing, they're in the middle of the aircraft, not the cargo bay, and for a second, they weigh collectively like 300 pounds. So no.
What about the rest of the corpses?
I weigh 100 and he weighs 200 for the
The
record.
cargo bay is like full of corpses. It's got the bilby in it. There's guns all over the place. It's full of
I'm not
ammo.
dumping the Bilby. Arthur, no, I'm sorry. What's the other option?
Except the incoming missile.
All right.
Oh, can
I?
he still shoot? Like, what is it? Why can't she shoot?
because
this thing?
because the gun is down the length of the left wing.
It's like probably.
It's
I imagine
literally
like
mounted on one side of the aircraft.
I imagine it's like a C-130,
Arthur,
where, like the gun is on the side of the
Yeah.
aircraft, and you try to you circle around in order to.
The plane does have like flares and chaff. It does have all of that.
But you'd have to move in order to get away from them.
You are moving at like 300 miles an hour.
Yeah, but you said that it's gonna stop.
No, you don't have enough power to take off, but you do have enough power to keep driving forward.
Well, let's drive forward and use the flares and chaff then.
All right, Liz, as you're like looking out this, like you've got a computerized view of the outside of the aircraft. All of a sudden, you're like blinded as there's like flares everywhere. There's like literally hundreds of tiny little burning bright lights in your face. All of a sudden, and you hear
and
like
then-
all these pew pew pew.
And then Gaza will say over the speakers like, "Yeah, sorry, love. I won't be able to do much more than drive straight in a straight line with how much juice is left in this piece of shit. So I'm gonna have to hold on for that big explosion.
Oh.
So, Liz, what are you doing now?
Apparently